that point, the Khashoggi nugget in your book, I mean, that was really underreported. I haven't read something that went into that much detail about it, just maybe glossed over it once or twice. The book goes into major detail of it, and he described his past legal troubles that he eventually got out of as a resurrection. Now that's obviously not the case. He's sitting behind bars in a federal prison. What do you think his legacy is going to be? Do you think he's just been reduced to that nickname Gold Bar Bob?
Oh, well, I think so, because I mean, his daughter again pointed it out in her letter, the letter she wrote to Judge Stein to have mercy on him, and not give him a long sentence. She said his legacy has been reduced to Gold Bar Bob. And I think so. Again, the visuals in this are just so um they're just so strong. Because he did great things on immigration. I mean, at least he spoke, you know, the way he spoke about human rights. Thomas had mentioned that, he recognized the Armenian genocide. He worked very hard to get the Senate to recognize that genocide. Um, so he did, there were good things that he did, but are people going to remember that, or are they going to remember the bars, the gold bars stuffed in the closet, and the wads of cash, almost $500,000 worth in cash stuck in his shoes and his jackets? I think his legacy is Gold Bar Bob.
Thomas, what about you?
Well, I disagree a little bit, Isabel. I think his legacy hasn't been cemented yet. I think there are some more shoes to drop here, actually. I believe,
Cash-filled shoes?
well, I know, right? I think there's a big shoe to drop on Jamal Khashoggi. And I think when that shoe does drop eventually, when the world does come to grips with what really happened there, Bob's role is going to come to the surface. And I think that's going to have a big impact on defining who he was, right? And then the other place where I think there may be another shoe to drop is down in the Caribbean, down in the Dominican Republic, down in South America, because he had such a huge impact on our embassy staffing in the Western Hemisphere for so many decades. And some of the decisions that were made over the years that helped people get into power who were our enemies, those decisions that were made were sparked by Bob Menendez and his policies, right? And so I think there are going to be some shoes to drop down there in South America and in the Caribbean. I think what we're seeing right now with the warships off the coast of Venezuela, I believe that's directly connected to decades of Bob Menendez messing us up as a nation in the foreign relations space in the Western Hemisphere. I believe that. And so I think whatever happens with Maduro and Venezuela, that's also going to be another impacting factor on what the definition of Bob's career was like. So I think it's not defined yet, and I think it could be worse than Gold Bar Bob. I think we're heading into the territory of a guy who uses position to support maybe terrorism and other things abroad. And so that's I think I think there's a much darker aspect to this, and it's going to start coming out as the world starts to become aware of what his true impact was there as Foreign Relations Committee chairman.